Welcome back to Factorio. I'm Darkstar, and we're doing Bobs and Angels. Now, in the previous episode, we started with puffers. Now, one of the things you might have remembered if you watched the previous episode is that I was getting really frustrated with the sounds that the puffers make. You can't hear them anymore because I disabled the sound. Apparently there's a mod which I could have installed, but it's currently out of date. So I've currently just disabled the sound of all buildings, and I will re-enable it once I've done it. Now, I have done a little bit of work in between the episodes, and I just want to go over quickly what I've done. So what I've done is I noticed that things were becoming a little bit too extended, as in things were just backing up because the puffers weren't getting used quick enough. Because obviously this is they're breeding, so we're getting more and more of them all the time. So we're now buffering them. There's store about 50 in them or so. And once it goes over 50, it's then going to export them out. And it's going to do that with all of the various different puffers. Then it's going to come down this way, along this belt, blah, 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 blah. Come alongside the fishies. And into here, where they get turned into meat. I've already put a combinator down here as well, essentially saying don't get rid of the fish, don't butcher the fish if there is puffers in here to dissect, and if there isn't enough meat. At the minute there's plenty of meat, so even the puffers are just building up and going from here. But it's nice to have this kind of multicolored thing down here. Now, also because I've been working in the background for a little bit, this is now constantly building up now, so we've got plenty of corrosives, and I have a fair few number on me already. So, what we were doing all of this puffing for is so we need to build these corrosive puffers up so we can start getting corrosive puffers to use for biters. We're getting onto that soon. Probably not this episode. There's a fair few bits to do first. But we're doing biters because we need shards, and we're doing shards because we want modules. Now, speaking of modules, another thing I've done in between episodes, I have a new train station just off the main mall, and I've removed the solar panels that were down here because essentially they were in the way. We needed more space. I've also cleaned up some of these lines, so essentially the mall kind of continues downwards. We did have lots of belts coming down this way. However, I forced them to go this way, use lots of undergrounds, and it's more messy this way, but at least it's cleaner this way, so I'm okay with that. So I'm not particularly thrilled with this, but anyway, that's another day's work to do. So we've done that. So we've cleaned up the puffers. We've got plenty of puffers. We've even got plenty of puffers on us right now, so we can start the process onwards. There's a few other bits that we will need to do as well. One of the things I've added to the list of things to do is alien spores. Now, these spores are used to make alien bacteria. So let's come to this recipe. And essentially, I just want 20 per second. It's quite a big thing to do, so we are going to use quite a lot. And we just need the fish water for it, which is fine. We got plenty of fish water. With that particular process, because I do want a fair amount of it, I may well build it up here. That way I can put the sulfuric wastewater directly into these machines, and it's close to the ammonia, and it's close to thermal water as well. So it's almost all the ingredients I need. The only one that I don't have is the artificial fish water. The polluted fish water, which I can essentially put on a drain. So it's fine. Not too concerned about that. So there's plenty to do. We also have quite a few eggshells built up as well. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a train station to send the eggshells and put the eggshells down here and get them crushed up and utilized for this process over here. So yeah, plenty to do in this particular episode. So without much further ado and enough talking, let's do more things. Let's get on with it. So the first thing we're going to do is the puffers, and then I can turn the sounds back on. Because I'm a little bit... I like the sounds of the buildings that set the puffers. I actually posted in the Discord where Angels is maintained, so in its Archangel's Discord server, and I was like, is there a way to turn it off? They're like, nope. Essentially need to man up about it. But yeah, fart jokes aren't really for me. So essentially we're going to be building this. Another thing that I did in between the episodes as well is I changed how this worked. Oh, bless you, Spider. You're not liking this, are you? Essentially, because it was taking a while to pick them up, but now these inserters will make sure that if there's any less than 2, then it will pick up the corrosives. And it's connected to the machines, it's reading the hand's contents, and it's also reading the contents, including crafting. So this is why things are building up now, and this is going to be constant now. But I'm not really bothered about this. We're going to build something separate, so it's going to be over here, I think. Needs to be relatively close anyway, just so we can use all the various bits like the artificial buffer atmospheres and things like that. I don't have any refrigerants on me, so I'm just going to build this in map mode to begin with. So I'm going to place one of these down. Let's do that. No, that. I'm going to do it as part of 2, and then I'm going to have 2 belts come in. I'm not sure about the 2 belts coming out. We'll figure that bit out in a second. And we're going to do this one. Okay. Gonna flip those around. I mean, I can do the pipes just here. Yeah, let's do that. That makes sense. And then this should make sense to do that. Yeah, let's copy this and vertically flip. Let me switch these around. I want it to match. Now I'm going to grab... We'll use these. I know I was using purples over here, but there's really no need. Because, look, it takes a minute, and I want to bring in 7 ingredients. It's fine. So let's do this, and let's do this. Yeah, that seems good. And I think what we'll do is the ones on this side will be the puffers themselves. I'm just going to connect these up. I'm going to get it to read the contents. So they're all reading contents now. And I want to enable this if the puffers is less than 2. Did I do it here? Yeah. Copy that, paste, paste, paste. Yep. Let's bring this back because it copied its position setting as well. And then the other ones are just going to do the fruits. Now if I copy this and paste that, it's that, it's that, it's that. Get the idea? How many have I pasted? 28. That'll be 32. I'm going to copy that. That'll be 64. And if I copy this again, because I've got things to match on both sides, we have this now. Obviously, we're going to place down some of these bad boys. Making sure I didn't actually damage anything there. I don't think so. It's fine. Let's connect the rest up. You know, I realize I've not placed down the exports. What are we going to do about those exports, eh? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a chest here. I kind of want it to buffer slightly, not very much, but I want it to do that. Okay. Now, I'm going to do this from map mode because I'm going to use the red belts again. And essentially what we're going to do is this. Okay. Again, just the same. The robots love the work. Promise. Now, obviously we have fruit coming down this way, so I'm just going to split this off. And I'm just going to connect this again by splitting it one last time. Do that. And back that. I'm also going to connect some pumps. Another thing as well, it's a really minor thing, I didn't think to mention it at the time, but now we're starting to make the final tier pumps, which I am thrilled about. Okay, I have no other things on me because I've used all this stuff. Okay. Thank you. So didn't have any, and then it arrived. It's almost like magic. So this is artificial puffer atmosphere. Let's remove that. And we'll do that. Do all of that. I'm hoping it'll connect, but I've got a funny feeling that's not going to be, it's not going to be good enough. So if we do that. Oh, it is fine. It did not complain at all that. And it looks like it is feeding into all of them. Yeah, nice. All right, let's do the next bit then, which is going to be the nutrient. Put you there. It's a little bit. In fact, no. What to do with that? Finally, just there. And we have plenty of nutrient pulp, making loads of it from the farming. Let's go here. Again, this might be one that does require a pump. No? Amazing. So again, all of these should have all of the things in it, which it seems it does. Yeah. Happy with all of that. There's a few bits we still need to do. Essentially, I'm just going to do this. So I'm going to press blueprint for this, remove that, create it. I'm going to do it from map mode again as well. I want to make sure that I've got an export for all of these guys. Okay. And then if we just do that, I'm going to copy. Ooh, hello. Let's point you over there then. Copy. This is a little bit more tricky than I wanted it to be. It's fine though, I guess. Right. I don't like these. It's messing up the plan. But what we could do, instead of trying to faff about with pointing everything in different directions and like taking an age to do, how about we, yeah, use this deconstruction planner. I didn't even realize it was the one I wanted. Remove all of that. Remove these. Yeah. And all we did was, yeah, still need to leave these in place. There's not much more I can do about that. But then we're just doing this. Yeah. And then place these back down. And then just do that drop. And this is going to be a hell of a lot easier, right? Now, let's place you there and pick up from here. So still long-handed. Okay, that makes sense. This should be okay because these aren't in the way. So I'll just leave the configuration as it is. It's fine. Probably should have thought about this a little bit more clearly before I placed everything down, but I didn't want to move everything. Okay. Now, this is just a sense check, really. So what I expect to see is that the value for the inserters should be 6 times as much. Sorry, 3 times as much, because we are putting 3 inserters in for every machine. Yeah. So I would expect to see 300 and... So what's 28 times 3? Yeah, 84. Nice. So that's exactly what I expect. So all of this should work as we want it to. I want to grab more of these puffers, I'm not going to lie, because I've built more of this than I expected I was going to. But I should have a fair number. So I'm just going to place these all in there. Yep. So while it's working on those, I'm going to do this and I'm going to filter for corrosive puffers. I'm going to do that. Copy. Paste. Let's do that. And then paste. I'm going to flip that on the other side. So I'm going to do that. Still trying to figure out how I want to do this. Yep, let's do the underground to there. Yep, have all the fruits, please. So I'm going to have the inputs here. Yep. Because this process is going to be continuous, essentially. Hopefully, all of these are all working anyway, and they seem to be, which is fabulous. So we're going to connect these up here, connect these up, and then do the rest. So if I get one of these splitters, let's bring it up actually. Yeah. Do that. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to hatch all of these eggs. And any corrosive puffers out of that, we're going to save for the process that we actually want. Yeah. So we do that, like that. Connect this back up. Copy this again. Yep. We'll do... Actually, no. Do that. Yeah. So these are all the different eggs here. Now, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to remove that. We don't need to keep adding to it because this is it's a process which keeps feeding itself. It's fine. And we want to leave the corrosive puffers in there. So I'm just going to connect this up like this. I'm actually going to copy this as well. Do that. Do you know what? That works exactly how I would like it to. That's fine. We'll do that. Connect it here. Move these eggs. These puffers. What I expect to happen is this. I think just to make this make more sense, let's do that. Yep, have the pips, here have buffers. Thank you very much. What I expect to happen is that this is now going to fill up with corrosive buffers. What I'm going to do, though, is I've noticed that's not how I would like it to go. Clearly, because it had all of those at the very same time, it didn't know how to deal with them. So it might make sense for us to have eggs which come back in this way. Yeah. If I do this, and I'm just going to put one here. I'm not going to connect it here. I'm going to use filters, and I would like all of these different eggs. So ultimately, they need to hatch. If I do this, so it should only be shells and buffers in here. That's what I want to see. Yeah, and any which aren't processed, they just circle back. And I'm pretty happy with that. That makes sense. Are all of these still working? Most of them seem to be. I mean, there's going to be a fair few in here to begin with. Let me take the rest out, and I'm going to feed them back into that process. What might be a better idea, though, I mean, it's just nice to have these anyway, is we could feed these back in. So at the minute, most of them are just like hanging out the bottom, aren't they? Why don't we just feed them in so they're kind of constantly cycling? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. So what I'm going to do along here, so I'm going to get the robots because they're wonderful to me. Get you to do that. Do that. Get them to do that. Do that. Yeah, I'm fairly happy with that. Let's do that. Perfect. Yep, seems to be working how I expect it to. Yeah, it's already built up. We have 14,000 eggshells, which is really nice. We're definitely going to have to put in another couple of bits here. I think I'm going to leave the puffers in there, just leave them to build up for a bit. I'm not going to have them go out on a train because I think the biter stuff is going to be about here. The reason I want it here is because then it's close to meat. But I think for now I can check puffers off my list. And for those of you who like to see me suffer, let's come back to sounds. Turn the environment back on. Gross. Absolutely gross. hate it so much. But I hope you enjoy me suffering. That's why I turned that back on. Anyway, let's come back over here. And I'm going to put... no, we don't use belts here. We're using trains here. Yep, let's do that. Was right the first time. Cool. Place you down. We do that. And are we... What's it actually called? Is it just called eggshells? Puffer eggshell. We'll get these and load these up. And then we just need to figure out where to place this. Shouldn't be any other train bits I need around here, I hope. Just going to place this here. Use a filter for the eggshells. They're called remains, actually, aren't they? Okay. Thank you for all the things and stuffs. So yeah, eggshell remains. Yeah, let's rename this then. Okay. Spider to me. I mean, we're only going down here anyway. I'm hoping I don't have to move too many things out of the way. I think it's just this line which is in the way. That's okay. Thanks, robots, for things and stuffs. But yeah, that's absolutely working how I expect it to. So we kind of have a line of all of these. So there's probably too many puffers in the system, but I'd rather there be too many, you know? Also, by consuming all of this fruit, because it is going to consume a fair amount, if I come back to these, 7.2, we're actually doing a little bit more than that. So it's probably going to be like 7.4, 7.5. This process here is going to continue quicker, meaning we can use these spores. Currently, they are backed up, but they won't be in a moment because we'll be using the dishes. Why am I going around like this? Why not do this? Doesn't that make more sense? Why did I do it that way? I wonder. Yeah, not like that. I'm fine to have a bit of kink then. Rather not use too many undergrounds if I can help it. Then we do that. Yeah. That makes more sense. Let's remove this out of the way. I'm also concerned as well, that's backing up on one particular side. So obviously we don't need it anymore. So let's buffer this. So originally I was concerned because I didn't have enough, but we can mix it, can't we, with acid, is it? I don't remember. I was thinking about it though, because I think we get a little bit too much crystal powder out of the system. Or do we need it for another thing? Ah, we're going to use it for the crystal enhancers. Okay. Oh, that's another thing to think about. Because I didn't consider that we needed the petri dishes for the crystal enhancers when I was building this. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to buffer this. Have that many? It's plenty, isn't it? But it'll use those bacteria up anyway, won't it? And then we can build the crystal enhancers wherever we need to build them. Right. So removed all of that out of the way. So what I expect is when I build the next train station here, there isn't any resistance. Cool. Let's do that, because otherwise it would have clashed. Cool. And then the train station. What's it called? To make not these. To make. Where are you? Yeah, this is a eggshell seeds. And let's bring in you, the remains. Thank you. We should have a fair number of trains from the previous episode. I've not actually done much with trains since. Only jams, by the way. It was a while before I noticed a jam before. Nope, doesn't seem to be. Cool. Cool. So I'd like you to go to eggshells. Yep. So full cargo, please. And then empty cargo. Fabulous. Now you can. We've only got the Mark 1s, but that's fine actually. Yes. Yeah, all of these are working. We've got enough atmosphere. We've got enough pulp. Nope. Oh, that's not something I considered. Again, let me fix that quickly. Bear with me. Again, exports. Why do I keep forgetting about them? Ooh. This is the acid gas here. So we're going to grab you here. How about we do it to here, maybe? No, makes sense to do it to here. And then do it to here. Oh. As that's building up, it doesn't produce very much acid gas, but it produces some. And obviously it needs to go into here, so we can process it into more puffer atmosphere. And obviously more hydrogen sulfide. Yeah. It's almost done. Oh. Knew there'd be an overextension at some point. let's come over then to here. Let's remove EU. And let's come here to U. Let's do that again. It's weird, isn't it? Like, everything else hasn't overextended, but yeah, it feels a bit weird. Anyway, I'll leave it to it. Seems fine now. Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. What I'm going to do as well, yeah, there is a logistics area. Can you give me one of those? It's in here, isn't it? Yeah, these. Could you bring me 400 of those, please? Request from book chest. Thank you very much. So, to make the eggshell remains, we need a lubricated milling drum. And then it's going to give us just a regular milling drum, which we have to re-lubricate. I imagine we only need a couple of these. That's fine. I'm still very concerned about what we're doing up here as well. I don't think there's enough happening. Oh, let me go back up here. Well, we extended all of this because we weren't making enough. Bad. But I think we're farming enough. There's plenty in there. We just need to process more of it. But yeah, we're not making nearly enough base mineral oil. Because we're using in a few processes now. Come on. We should have more nuts now. Let's upgrade everything. We'll upgrade you guys as well, please. And you. 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 Okay, 4 or 5, that's fine. I'm going to grab all of these. So where are we going to place them, I wonder? Maybe over here, I think. In fact, is that lubricant? Ooh, hello. I thought you were further away than that. That's actually better then. Cool. So if we place you guys, maybe, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be the lubricated milling drums. Yep. This will do something like that. Not entirely sure how I'm going to connect it yet, but we will figure it out. I mean, we don't need that much in here, so I'm going to put in this pump here. I want you to enable if the amount of lubricant in here is less than 5,000. Seems reasonable. And it fills up pretty damn fast. See that? Lovely. So you're going to have the unlubricated milling drums coming this way. So we'll do this so it can kind of buffer in. I'll put some in now. I'm going to have you come out like that. I'm going to do 2 on each side, I think. Is there a good reason to do that? I don't think so. I don't think I need to. No, I really don't need to. Let's remove some of these then. Okay. Let's do this, this, and that. Thank you, Spider. Move out of the way. Alright. So, obviously we've got these, and then we need to pulverize them. So we just need powderizers. Do I have any on me? Nope. Again, another excuse to build in map mode. So we'll come up here, come to these powderizers. It says again we only need 3. So let's say we do. I think what I want to do is maybe 1, 2, 3 like that. I want it to come out. I mean, it's only making 15 a second, isn't it? Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't even need to do that. Back over here. You. So we're going to use this. Yeah, makes sense, right? I'm going to have the eggshell remains come out this way. Do this. Let's put you there. So it does need buffering. Lovely. Ah. Knew there was something. Let's filter, please. And then let's come here. Filter. Thank you. How are you guys? Again, let's buffer all of this. To be honest, it's just a good excuse to get it out of my inventory. Do that. Come down this way. And along here. Then we're going to come down here. Along here. And around here. And again, let's buffer. Okay. I should be grabbing some more eggshells soon. Yeah, we're definitely going to run out of eggshells first. I'm certain of it. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is build some kind of system very similar to this. I think what we'll need to do, however, is move where the slurry is coming in. Perhaps we'll do this like this here. So ultimately, this is in the way. Do this, and then this. So I'm going to copy, I think, all of this. Yeah, I'll copy those as well. So those will be useful. And then do that. Lovely. Well, I don't need any more of the crystallizers then if it's not going to give, if it wasn't going to place them down in the first place. So let's go to those. Okay. So I'm going to change this recipe to be number 2. We just need the crystal enhancers for these as well. So it needs 1 and 1. So I think ultimately what we'll do is we'll have it split here, but then we'll have the crystal enhancers on one side and then the eggshell seeds on the other. Okay. How are we processing all of these anyway? Is it going to be pretty much the same as we did before? Yeah, almost exactly the same. Nice. So if I copy all of this time, I think what I might do is move things around slightly. Yeah. Let's do that. Move this out of the way. I'm going to change this recipe though, because then we're going to have these shards. Yeah, I think that's good. We can, again, buffer it. We'll do that to here. And then, yeah, you to that. Obviously, you need the fish water, so let's give you fish water. Means this suddenly starts up again. Oh shit. That's a problem. Let's fix that quickly. I'm so glad I paid attention to that. Puffers aren't fish. Let's not put them into an aquarium. So foolish. These out the way. I guess originally I didn't consider that I'd be using anything else. Move these. Put the fish back in there. And these. Let me come down here. I think this is clean again. Check your filters, kids. There we go. And obviously you can see we're still making meat, but this time it's just using puffers instead. We run out of puffers, there'll still be plenty of fish to butcher. Okay, back down here. How are we making crystal enhancers? We've got all of this set up and ready to go. Just the last ingredient that we are missing. So if we come over to here, we need crystal catalyst as well. Really? It has to be seedling, which means we have to filter it. So we're not going to do it down here, because I can't be asked with that. So we'll bring the catalyst down. But where's it gonna go? What else do we need for a crystal enhancer? How many do we need? 11 of them as well. Okay. I think it makes sense to bring the catalyst down here, maybe. Maybe. I don't know how though. It's no space for it. Okay. Let's think about this properly then. So we'll need a train station to bring this in. Okay, I can deal with that. That's not an issue. We're also going to have the big biter zoos, so we're going to have the crystals come in somehow. So we'll need to bring more bacteria in anyway. Okay. Just looking at all the different things that we've been doing. Is there anything else I need to think about? No. Okay. So we need 2 more train stations. Does it make sense to build them right here then? Yes, it does, I think. So let's get a building. So we're gonna do you to you, yeah? Yeah. We'll have you come this way, and we'll have you come that way. Do that. I mean, I'll be honest, they only need to be one big. So if we do that, we can make them even smaller. We'll do that. We're done a bit. Annoying. It's fine though. Do that. Let's come over here. Somewhere. Yeah, you'll do. Come over here. There you go. You can have all your logic box back. Those building ones. Let's move these. Nice thing just in the middle. Put some chains down. Push you here. You. Oh, this is going to be it's like alien treated meat or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. Alien processed meat. Okay. And here we're going to just bring in the bacteria. And then this is going to be crystal enhancer. And this is going to be the crystal catalyst. Oh. It's a shame I didn't put it down here. It's definitely a mark against me. That's my fault. Okay. So we're going to do that. Going to have a bit of a buffer, obviously. Lots of buffers today. Whoops. Let's place that back down. Should only need a few. Yeah. So let's find another train. I'm going to only use one of the Mark 1 carriages though. I don't need that much catalyst. Catalyst seems to be doing pretty well over here. Plenty of seed. This is properly full up now, which is really, really nice. Yeah. Plenty. What's the matter with Rubite? Why isn't this giving us any? You've got the stuff. No water? Alright. Why? Oh, you idiot. I ended up disconnecting it, didn't I? When we did the previous thing. I bet you noticed. I bet you did. That's frustrating, you know. Ooh, and there's one where it doesn't actually quite reach, so let's build in another rubber pot. That should be fine for it. That should fix a number of mistakes, hopefully. Anyway, back to trains. I would like you to go to Crystal Enhancer and Crystal Catalyst first, please. And I would like you to go full cargo. And I'd like you to empty your cargo there. Let's limit it. We don't need that much, ultimately. Do that for now. We'll figure out how we're going to do the rest. Because we do need crystal enhancers for other things, don't we? What was the other process? I don't remember now. It's not here. So we needed them there. There was something else. I know there was. What was it? Let me go back to here because I was looking at it earlier, I remember. No, Factoriopedia, thank you. Crystal enhancer. Yeah, that was it. To make the big biter eggs. So we need these. How many do we need of these? I can't remember. Ultimately, not that many. So some. So yeah, you've got 11 here, haven't you? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy all of this. I'm going to vertically flip it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to change the recipe to be the crystal enhancer. We're going to have... Oh, hello. Did not consider that, did I? Yes, if I do that, yeah, it doesn't make much of a difference. Okay. Ultimately, I don't know. That's frustrating. In fact, let's put that back as it is. But then gonna split you out. And do that. So ultimately, you don't need that much enhancer. Or that many petri dishes even. Yeah. So we'll put you back in there. So that's fine. It seems to be doing well. Did I limit you? I did. Let's limit you too. It's quite a lot. And then we'll copy you and we'll paste you. This is exactly the same. But here we're going to have the catalyst come in as well, aren't we? Catalyst and powder. Okay. Do it this way then. Do that and that. Remove you. Let's do that. So I want this to work providing there is more than 200. Which obviously at the minute there is, which is fine. Then it's going to suddenly stop. But it's going to make more anyway once we start messing about with the shards. Speaking of messing with shards, I think it makes sense to disconnect from there. Maybe not from there. From here. I'll give you more of these. Then we can start making those shards, can't we? Okay. Let's go this way, I think. This is how I want to do it. Thank you for all the stuff. I appreciate you. Okay. And then that'll be the catalyst. Move you back in there. Let's do you to there. And I'm hoping that's everything for the enhancers now. Amazing. Yeah, it's limited. Cool. All right. I'm going to want things to come out this way at some point, but not right now. So we're just going to do this for now. Let's do this. I have some landfill available, don't I, in one of the chests up here? Percent I do. Yeah, 61. Okay. Yep, landfill is on its way. Beautiful. Then that should be everything to make the shards. I'm going to use something very similar. I'll try not to move too far away from these guys. And I'm going to copy this, because I think this is a great idea to use. And we'll do something like this. Change the filters to be the shards this time. And now we're making shards. Not doing anything with them yet, but we will. Now, in terms of this crystal powder, let's actually move it down this way. We don't need the shards for anything else, so we'll leave it as it is. Yep, that's fine. I'm going to go down here. Ooh, not quite down there. I'm going to go down here and down here. Okay. They're pretty. I don't know why, but it just makes me think of Christmas. I'm an idiot. I still like the idea of this. It's just done wrong. So let's fix it. So these are the cut shards which are coming out, not, or rather the polished ones. We can fix it. Let's come into here. Bum, bum, bum. I mean, ultimately, do we need this? And just do that. And just do that. We can just do that, right? Move this. Now let's try that again. Ooh, hello. No, do it like that. Yep. Definitely do this. Essentially, we're just doing the same as we did before, right? Hello, what's happening here? Why is it happening like that? Shouldn't it be happening like that? Yes. Lovely. Yeah, you're just waiting for more crystal dust, aren't you? Should be getting more. Apparently. Might be that we need to place a few more of these down. Let me go down this way, actually. Say down this way, I mean up this way. No, I don't. I mean, do you mean down this way? What am I talking about? Clearly, I need more sleep. Let's remove what's happening there. Put you in there. Let's put you in there. Oh, he just needs more. Fine. Okay. Let us then copy all of this. Let's move it up a couple of notches. And change this to crystal dust. Just like that. We'll change you to crystal powder. Yeah. We'll do as well as we'll do that. So that way we can go up this way and do that. Or maybe we do it like that instead. Like how I meant to do it. Crystal dust can come in this way. We're not using this for anything else, so let's come down with you guys and do that. We just need the powder to come this way, don't we? Remove you a second. I'm gonna do that. You to there. Otherwise, I'm gonna do you over this way. Oh, hello. No, we're not doing that. What's this for? I see, I see. All right. We do you like this then? Is that better? Yeah, seems to be. Do that. Go this way. Let's do this. Let's do you to there, like that. Oh, I do want to put some conditions on this, however. So I'm going to place one of these long ones over here. And I'm going to connect that to red wire. Come down this way. Come down this way. We'll come here. And we'll come here. So I want to enable this if crystal dust is less than, shall we say, 600? We should always have a good supply of it. Obviously, we're now making more crystal enhancers, so we're making these again, so we'll get more crystal dust regardless. But yeah, we just needed a bit more, so that's fine. I'm gonna copy you guys, bring you up here, and change this recipe to the harmonic shards. Now we might even bring this up even further this way. I'm going to need to do something very similar, I suspect. Just like that. I copy all of that. Do that. Could do is if I copy these, so then again we have another buffer. Is there 3 spaces here? Oh, fantastic, there is. So we can bring the different colors up this way. Honestly, when it comes to the raw crystals, the big ones, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Bollocks. It's fine. We can fix it. So, I'm going to want to fix all of these. So if we do U to here, we'll do U to here. U to there is fine. do that. Then we can do you to there as well. Oh, not quite. Let's bring this back. Do that. That's do you to here. Right. There is one that goes there, and then there will be one that goes here. So now we're making the harmonics. Crystal shards complete. Getting very messy around here. I have no idea how I'm going to do the big crystals here. I think I might have to process them up here instead. Might make more sense. But we will figure it out. These are all doing fine. Definitely have enough crystal powder now. I mean, like it's building up more than what we had before anyway. We definitely have lots of crystal enhancers, which is nice, so we'll leave that to continue to build up. But yeah, not bad. Okay. What's next? Alien spores. Do we want to build those now? Maybe. Gross. We have 2,500 corrosive buffers now, which is nice. Honestly, probably too much. Yeah, there's so much. Maybe none of these breeding cycles are faster. Yeah, they're all 60 seconds. Can they be moduled? Have faster farting? They can be moduled. Interesting. I'm mainly thinking about the eggshells. Because it's doing fine at the minute. We've got plenty. But yeah. Lovely. Okay, let's look at alien spores. That's one of the things I want to do. And then in the next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to look to do hatching now. The recipe we'll be looking to do is this one. Rock crystals from the big biter zoos. Okay, so we're doing this one. Is it that one? Go back to it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, definitely is that one. So we get the 4 crystals, get 3 biters and a 75% chance of another one. And we just need 4 big biters and feed them meat and nutrient pulp, which is all good and fine. Good and dandy, not a problem. But how do we get the big biters? Well, there's a couple of ways to do that. So we can have breeding, essentially where if we do, I think it's this one here, is if we have a biter egg, there's a chance it's going to give us a big biter and 1 biter queen. And then with the big biter queens, if we breed the big biter queens, we're always going to get 1 egg plus a 50% chance of another one. 99% chance of getting a biter queen. So again, think about nuclear. So we're just going to get that 1% chance of getting something. And from those, then we'll start breeding the queens as much as we possibly can. And yeah, we'll just make sure we've got plenty of queens. And then as soon as we've got too many queens, then we'll start reprocessing them. Nom nom nom. I say nom nom nom. I don't even eat meat. Cool. This is all building up quite nicely. We'll have the trains coming along soon. So over here, back in the factory, so essentially these 4 are going to have all the different crystals and gems. So like diamonds, topazes, blah, blah, blah. They're all going to have their own filter on these. I'm also going to have to do some kind of circuitry. So it always, if one runs out, then the train goes back and picks some more, even if the train has other items in it right now. But yeah, that'll be something we'll do. Anyway, we're going to go and build the alien spores. We already have the recipes for this, so we know what we're looking at. So we're going to have lots of algae processing and things like that. This reminds me, actually, we do actually need one more train station, and this is going to be for this artificial fish water. If we start running out of fish water because of the different processes, it is fine because we can turn meat into fish water. So I'm just going to build this one right here. Place another train station down. This is going to be polluted water. Polluted 2 T's. Or is it 2 L's? 2 L's. It's like it doesn't look right. Okay. What we can do is place these down. Just like that. These will load super fast. Do this. But I'm going to place this here and connect these all up. And this is only going to be enabled if we have a certain amount of fish water. So if we have more than 200,000, no, turn it down a bit, 100,000, then you can export. Yeah. Because we do have other ways of making spores at the minute, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. And then we're just going to bring up another one, just like that. Okay, so we have the recipe all set up. We have all the ingredients set up. We just need to build something. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to build it around here. So I think, just thinking about how are we going to get up here with a rail? We could potentially put some kind of T-junction here, but that's going to be really messy. And this is already a really busy area. So I think what I'm going to do is come here and then go around the outside. Yeah. So I'm just going to get the spider to come to me. And I'm going to build up the robo network as we go. Thank you, spider. Let's go up to here, and I think I'm just going to pick up a few more roboports and maybe a bit more rail. Not much more rail, we don't need a lot. Ooh, look at all of these. Yeah, fruits. Fruit's fine. I'm fine with the fruit. Yes, it's running out. I'm okay with that, though. The only other concern here is that I know with pips, it could potentially overfill on these. It shouldn't do. This never had it there. Great. Fix that. Over to a rail, please. Hello. Let's pick up another 3. be fine. And just one more stack of you. So I'm just going to follow the rail network here. Yeah, there's plenty. Of course, there's plenty around here, isn't there? Shouldn't worry too much about that. So when we start going this way, that's where we're going to come into problems. So if we place a rubber pot there, let's place one here. Yeah, let's place one here, and then we'll just do that. There's one there. One here. We'll just place one last one here before we build the roundabout. Yeah, let's place it here, I think. Okay. So let's place our roundabout. Need to clean up my inventory at some point. Let's do that. Interesting. I place it, I have most of the materials to help build this, but the robot's like, yeah, no, we got you, fam. Don't worry. Place it here. We'll place a robot pot just there, and I'm just going to place a radar here as well. Pollution. As if it's ever a problem. Yeah, it's fine. We'll need a new Jubilite mine soon enough. There's another small one up here. Ooh, there's a much bigger one over here, though. So I'll probably go for that one. Alright, take your time, robots. Got plenty of time, people are not bored. How many researchers we want? Turrets? Maybe? Extra damage bonus, nice. Extra damage bonus again. Extra damage bonus again. Yeah, why not? We've got all the materials anyway. It'd be good to work through some of these. I'm not really bothered for these at all. But I think I'm just going to start researching them just to like move them from my queue. And then I want my own robots back, you know? It's 2. Oh, they said turrets 4, not 2. Then after we've done those, we can undo that one. Probably never going to build any, not going to lie. Because when it comes to it, if we look at the different miners and we like compare them, the miners are actually slower for the large area ones, even though they cover like a bigger area. And I don't necessarily see the benefit. I don't even see where the large area miners are, to be honest. Where are they? Should be here. Oh, it's because I've not researched one. I've avoided it the entire time. Here we go. So, mining drill 1, mining drill 1. So, in fact, we'll compare apples to apples. So, this one, mining speed of 1, this one, a mining speed of 0.75. You know? So, I'm like, what's the point? Why build the slower options? And yeah, I'd rather not. Hello. Hopefully my own robots do most of this work now. He says, and nope, still no. What are you doing? Need to remember to force build these to get rid of the trees. And I think at this point we can build. Is it just a round, won't it? We want a roundabout? Yeah, we'll build the roundabout. I mean, we're on a peninsula, but we could potentially like go over the water, can't we? Yeah. Back to straight. At this point, he realised he hadn't brought any power poles, or rather, hadn't been placing power poles at the same time. That's fine. When we get to the end. No, return backwards. Ah, I've run out. Amazing. This then. I don't know why I need these. Come back to them there. Don't know why I need these either, to be honest. We'll research these just to get rid of them. Ground radar. I'm curious by them, so I will research them. We'll look at the concrete walls. Burner heat sources, these are really useful. To be honest, we could potentially use these to get rid of our wood. You know, just to get rid of it. Just heat some heat pipes up. Yeah. Flamethrower turrets, maybe. Laser rifles. Agriculture modules, those would be nice. Pollution cleaning modules. Yep. And last but not least, when it comes to here, let's do a U-turn. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to build a rubber pot right here. Going to connect it just like that. We're going to make our way back. Do that. It's worth bringing another radar here. Yeah, why not? You can come down this way. Okay, that's all of those connected. Let's connect the rubber pots now. We should... No, not quite. Let's connect one here then. Not exactly straight, but it's fine. Doesn't have to be straight. I think I'm doing it for every third one, aren't I? Well, I was going to, but then I'll just place it here. Okay. So all of this is now under the rubber pots jurisdiction. Not sure if that's the right term, but that's what I'm going with. We can also place a radar just here as well. So yeah, covering quite a lot of area now. So we've got that one, search that one, and agriculture 2 as well. Maybe pollution 3 and agriculture 3. Then hopefully I should have everything for pollution for modules 1 to 3 then. I'm just going to stay where I am because the robots want to deliver me stuff. Okay. How are these doing? Not bad. All right. So, while they're delivering things to me, I'm going to pick up one of these, and this is going to be for the shards. So let's come over here and let's do you. Yep. And this is just called crystal shards, isn't it? Polished crystal shards. Polished crystal shards. Full cargo, please. How's this doing? Much better. I mean, we don't need that much lube. Definitely more base mineral oil for sure. I know we were cracking this, weren't we? Ah, yes, only when it's over a certain amount, that's fine. Cool. Okay, so we've got those things sorted out. I'm going to come back to base and I'm going to pick up all the materials that I need, even though it's in the Roboport network, so it's going to be like, yeah, we don't need anything. As well as those modules, anything else? Pollution cleaning as well. Oh, advanced iron casting. Requires chrome. Maybe? We're making chrome, I can't remember. Did we want to make chrome? Let's come up to Factorio. Chrome. Oh, there we go. Oh, absolutely no. If I can avoid making chrome, then I will do. Don't like byproducts. You've already seen this. Any other reason why I would use chrome? Like, chrome isn't a product we use, is it? Other than the chrome ingots. And it's used in all of the different recipes like that. Okay. I mean, there's chrome oxide. Is there any other use for that other than ingots? No. So I can avoid it. Cool. Anyway, what do we need for spores? So we need a couple of hydro plants. 67. I don't think I'll produce that many, actually. I think I might only have 64. 64 is a nice number. Can have 4 16s for that. So it'll be slightly less than the 20 that we'll be making, which is fine. So we need 70 odd algae plants. Okay. Shall we ask you to make 70 for us? Thanks very much. We obviously have enough assembly machines. Liquefiers, let's grab some of those. Grab all of them. Why not? How many do we need? 32. Let's grab another stack then. Yeah, just need those additional materials. Cool. $50, just need another 14 then. Let's come back down to the crystal shards, just make sure that this is processing as we expect. Yes, all full up. And it's just refilling these up. Nice. I'm expecting here as well that this is over and above now. Yeah, just needed that initial seed from here. Obviously this is all stopped now. Cool. We may well need to process that into slurry at some point with acid, because I think that was the how you got rid of it, because I think this is going to produce more than we technically need. Yeah. Oh, just with water. Nice and easy then. That's really nice. Any more? Need 3 more? Come on, you got it. Perfect. Let's head back up to algae plants. And we'll leave it for the second. Algae plants. Here you are. 29. And what we'll do is we'll just get this last one. In fact, I'm going to grab another one actually. Another stack, I mean. Then we'll go up and then we can do the first 2 steps. Then we can come back down to grab the rest of the algae plants. Speaking of biters later, we know we need about 100 of them. Thereabouts 105. How many do you have in here? 100. Cool. I think there's going to have to be more though, because we're going to have to make these big biter eggs using these. It'll need like an additional seed, essentially, to get this started. Maybe another 20. But that'll be fine. That's another episode's job to do. And I think in between, I don't think Biter Zoo is going to be anytime soon. Well, I mean, I don't mean the next episode, at the very least anyway. Next episode I think is going to be modules. We'll have everything in the Robo Network for this. I'm going to put as many logistic bots in here as well. Because they work pretty quick, but the amount of materials it's going to need to like transport CPUs and all the integrated circuits and everything like that, I think it's going to take a strain. Back over here. Thank you. Yes, we have 40 now. Let's remote control this. Go back over to here. Yeah. We should be able to start all of this all the way up to the top tier, and then we just need the other algae plants. So I think a lot of the time what I'm going to do is just export the bacteria, because then it's a solid object rather than put it on a fluid wagon. And there might be times we need the bacteria rather than the alien goo that it turns into. Alright, let's move over here. I think ultimately all I need is 2 train stations. Just 2 stops. I mean, for this product, all the materials are right here anyway. I mean, maybe 1 for acid might make sense. But anyway, let's come to the inventory. We should have this one. Yeah, let's rotate this around. Do that. I'm just going to remove this top one here. Don't need it. While I'm here as well, let's come to you. I'm just going to get the regular robots to go. Hey, can you clear me a big old space? Thanks so much. Because I'm very lazy. Okay. So we're going to have this is going to be the acid and the artificial fish water, and then obviously this is going to be their stuff. going out. So if I just put one of these, and let's do that. So we're just going to connect these up like that. Let's do that. Do that. Let's name this. This is going to be Alien Bacteria. Let's rename all of these. It's going to be hydrochloric acid. Come on, where are you? There we go. And this is going to be polluted fish water. Right. I can help. So I'm going to start by coming over here, I think. We're going to use this recipe here. Now the spores is a liquid, which is so strange to me. I'm going to copy this, rotate it around, and vertically flip. And then I can do that. We can copy this and do paste, paste, paste. So we now have 8. And copy this, paste. So that's 16. Okay, it's 24, right? Yeah, might have to do something else about these, but it'll be fine. That's 48 now. Yeah. And I've got another 16. And for those. Ultimately, I would like to place them here. At the minute, we don't have the landfill for it. What we could do, though, is we should be relatively close to concrete. So come over here, please. I'm going to go over to concrete. And I'm going to like grab a lot of stone. I'm going to turn trash off for a minute. Yeah, it's nice and easy. It's just those that we need to build. Hello. Oh, this red belt. Just gonna grab you. Thank you. Come over to here. Landfill. Let's turn trash. A better way to make landfill. Felt like you could do it with mud. Good. Okay. Then have to make a big landfill factory with just loads of hydro plants and just clarifying a lot of water. Okay. So I'm going to place you guys here, I think. Yeah, it's just... Yep. No, it's just not going to connect. I mean, it could. It did connect there. Frustrating. Fine. We do it a different way. How about we do it from here and go up, and then it's in the middle. Then we go up again, and it's right at the edge. Yeah. And then we could. That still misses the top, doesn't it? I see. Let us bring more Roboport coverage up this way. Always good to have extra. While I come back down to be closer to Roboport, so I can have all my stuff delivered to me. Let's do a few extra bits. Is this Mark III? It is. I would like you to go to artificial looted fish water. Full cargo. And then here, empty cargo. I actually want to rename the station as well. Looted. Artificial fish water. Be accurate. Obviously, can only pump as fast as that one, so I don't technically need these three. Look at all that fish. Beautiful. One of these things that I feel like we need to set up some conditions where maybe this doesn't output. If this is greater than, shall we say, 4,000. That way it encourages all this petting to happen instead. I don't know. Just thinking out loud at the minute. In terms of, I never really explained them, did I? I put some conditions down here for when this should work. So all of these have to be active. So this is where there's no puffers in there, and we don't have enough meat. We shouldn't have that problem. Is my thought. Still seems to be all relatively working fine, except with the amount of fruit. We don't have a lot. It's fine though, we have plenty in there. There's like 4,000. Okay. So what we're going to do next is I'm just going to put in one of you and put you just there. And then one of you do that. We're then also going to place you guys just like that. We're definitely going to have to put in a pump somewhere, I think. Let's do that. Then I can put the pump here. Oh, I thought that would have reached. Annoying. As if I do that. Nope, still doesn't reach. Fine. Do that. And then let's do that. Nice. Thank you for all the stuffs. I don't really need it right now, but I appreciate it. So this should be all of step 1 done. Gets those spores. And we just need to connect it to the artificial fish water. So if we do, I don't know, something like this. Let's come down here. So all of these should start working. And this starts filling up with the spores. You know, the liquid spores. All right. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the red cellulose bit. So this is the recipe we're going to use. So obviously we're going to have its own kind of thing here. But I was looking at this ratio. So it's 40 to 18. Which is essentially 2 to 1. So I'm going to produce slightly more than we need, I think. And it's kind of not quite the same, but it's kind of like if we did one of these and then it's like 2 purifiers almost. It's not quite, the ratio is not quite there at all. But we do that, we do that, we copy that, place that here. We could potentially have them going to there and have them going to here. That's what I was thinking. I'm not going to though, I've changed my mind. It'd be nice to do that, but it's no, not bread. Cut, paste. This is the 40, right? Yeah. So if I copy you, rotate you around. Let's press this one again. Copy you again. Yep. 16. 20. Give myself a fair bit of space. 1, 2, 3. For all of the different things to come out. It'll be 160. Yeah. Now this should be 40. Yeah, nice. Hmm. I'm just thinking out loud. 160 is slightly more than 3 of these, then. Yeah, it's fine that we've done it. Ooh, things are slightly further apart than I thought they would be. You know what, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, hello. Okay. Okay. Now if we do something like this, maybe. Okay. I did do it right. Got me. Did I misplace the second lot? I did. Needs to be like that. And then like that. Oh. No, I've placed them all wrong. Let's fix that again. Jeez. So let's copy. Essentially, it's every time we see ammonia. Use though. That's because we have 2 coming out that way. It's not every time we see ammonia, it's every time we see thermal. Move these. Okay. We'll get there eventually. Okay. Now, if we copy these, rotate them around. Shouldn't interfere with those. Amazing. That. Yeah, seems our base robots are going to do the rest then. That's fine. All right. So then we need 18 of these. So as I said, it kind of goes into 3. So I think what makes sense is if we do a 4 to 3 balancer. I mean, to be honest, we could just use some kind of like storage system, but it's fine. We'll just do that. And we'll just upgrade all of that and upgrade that. Okay. Well, we're here as well. We'll have to figure out how we're going to get thermal water here as well. I think what we could potentially do is maybe do it through this. No, we'll just do it around the other side. Be fine. Do it like that. Was definitely lucky. It's almost like I knew it was here. Let's place a pump here, because it is going to complain at me. Let's upgrade you. And then do... And hopefully all of you should have ammonia in you. Yes, you do. Amazing. I'm just wondering what that robot was doing then. Okay, so before I do the next bit, we're going to need 18 of these. So we're going to have essentially 6 per one of these. Yeah. So if I cut this... And then it's going to feed straight into these. It needs 32 of them. Okay, let's change you around. Red cellulose. Yeah, let's move things around slightly. I think it's better to give ourselves just a little bit more space. Like that. Lovely. And if we just connect on this way and one like that. And then we can do a 3-to-2 balancer. Do something like that. Upgrade you. Okay. Just do that there. And now with these, we're going to place 32 of these down. We do this, we're going to use that particular recipe. There's no fluid input. And we'll just do, yeah. Four, 8, 12, 16. Copy again, flip it around. And then we get as many as we need, which is just, all of this just makes 20 calcium carbonate. Do we use calcium carbonate for any other reason? Welcome to the Factoriopedia. That's it. Lovely. Nice and easy. Let's bring you down then. That'll give us calcium carbonate, and then we can go straight into the next round of algae plants. After we've connected up the thermal water. Okay. Fortunately, thermal water isn't too far away at all. Make sure all of this works. I don't see why it wouldn't. Should be fine. We're making calcium carbonate. Fabulous. Right. I mean, we're in the building area anyway, so I'm just going to place the things down. I'm going to get the robots to place them, because I don't have the other algae farms on me, do I? So we're going to place these down. I'm going to come over here, I think, and we're going to select alien bacteria. I'm going to copy you two like this. And it doesn't make very much anyway. So I'm going to copy you, rotate you around. Copy, paste, 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 paste. How many is that? Only 10. Let's grab you into here. Yep. What we'll do as well is we'll balance this. I mean, in fact, I don't need to do it. It's already fairly balanced. Yeah, we do that. That makes more sense. So we're going to grab calcium carbonate from over there. We're going to export these over here. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, just fine. So we're just going to copy these. Yeah. Let's rotate these around. Let's click that. Yep, I think that's it. Have the bacteria come out this way. Right. Let's come back up here. Let's copy you guys, but let's do it this way. And we just need to do these on the other side. That would be better. Thank you. Copy, paste, 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 and paste, paste. And last but not least, up here as well. Thank you very much. Cool. I think what we'll do is something like this. If I cut, copy, copy. Thank you. Oh, hello. We'll move you out of the way. Let's copy you again. Yeah, we'll do that to that. Damn it. There we go. All right, so let's do spores first. Maybe not there though. Nice. Connects up very nicely there. And then you need another trend. Yeah. Lovely. Hydrofluoric acid, please. So full cargo, empty cargo. What's pollution like around here? Non-existent. Let me just check everything. Yeah, everything has the spores in it. Should be fine. Feel sorry for this train with hydrochloric acid that they have to come up here and then after they've done that, go all the way around. It's not that far in reality. You don't have enough hydrofluoric acid. Why not? Well, you guys don't have the fluorites. Okay, why? There's no fluoric wastewater. All right. Why? Is there no other fluoride being processed? We got fluorite from tungsten as well, didn't we? Yeah. Only 7080 though. About the fluoric wastewater, we're not getting any more of that. Might be then with this acid gas that we send more hydrogen fluoride gas up this way. Maybe. I don't know. Don't know. What processes are needing this? Nuclear processing. And this is for leaching facility. Okay. Has leaching stopped? Kind of. There's still quite a lot of stuff in here, though, isn't there? It's not like we're low on like crystals. But we do only have one train full. Any jams anywhere? Doesn't seem to be. Maybe that's the next thing we need to fix. Oh, away. Yeah, all of this industry just for this bacteria. Now, it doesn't produce very much. It's only 20 per second. So even this belt is like way overkill. We could have downgraded it to yellow. But yeah, this seems fine for now. So is there another way to make hydrofluoric acid? Is it just fluorite ore? Because if it is, it might mean that we need to start making it. Where are you? So we can use the gas as well. All right. So we're using the hydrogen fluoride gas down here. We don't make very much acid gas. Does this mean we could potentially use the puffers some more? So we could do... let's come up here. We could do the puffing. Will give us hydrogen fluoride and acid gas. like that? Don't think so, because we need the fluoric wastewater. It's annoying that it requires that as an ingredient. Okay. So, is there any other way that we can make hydrogen gas? Sorry, not hydrogen gas. Hydrogen fluoride gas. So obviously we use it as... No, I don't need to know what's used in. How can we get it? So we're already doing that. Catalytic synthesis of ethyl benzene. So we're making benzene already, aren't we? No, butane. We just need more fluorite. Okay. So I think what we're going to have to do is make another one of these and make the fluorite ore. Well, I'm going to check that off our list. I'm going to add new, and I'm going to put fluorite ore. It's an easy task. It's going to come to the top. But yeah, we've done everything we need for this for now. We should be able to get started on biter stuff soon. Very, very soon. This is all stopped. These are all full. What time are we on to into the episode? Yeah, I think it's almost a very good time to stop, isn't it? I think what we'll do is we'll mess around with some circuit logic, and then we're going to end the episode. So let's come to you. Hello. Yeah, we need hydrogen fluoride down here, don't we? I mean, there's plenty, I suppose. Yeah, can you go and process that for us, please? Ah, totally full now. Alright, so I just realized I don't need some of these, so let's remove these. We are still going to need these though. So let's set the filters for these. So we're going to come over here. So we're going to have polished ruby, sapphire, emerald, amethyst, topaz, and diamond. Then we're going to have the splinters here. So polished blue, polished red, polished green, and harmonic. Let's repeat that pattern, not cut. Polished, please, thank you. I'm not actually making these yet, but we're getting prepared. So these have already been stalled at just like one row of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send one of these trains here because I kind of need to understand how the logic's going to work. So I'm going to grab the splinters here, and I would like you to come to this one, which is going to be modules. And maybe I'm just going to put the symbols here, you know. Or maybe not. The polished stuff would be here. Where is the polished stuff? Does it show me the cut stuff? Maybe up here? Polished. Ooh, interesting. All right. Polished crystal splinters. How strange. Grab you, and you're going to go to. Yep. No, you're not. There you go. And it's going to be a circuit condension or empty cargo. So at the very least, now let's change this. It's going to be or. Have I got any decided combinations on me? Yes. So let's daisy chain these up. No, not to the input. Sorry, the output, the input. So I just want to check this. I want to add these conditions. So in reality, it's going to be is equal to 0. Yeah, that's the case. We need to output a green signal. Okay. This is equal to 1. Right, so it's not outputting that. That's 1. If I say this is not right, okay, so I understand how it works. Okay. So if I copy this and do that, obviously this is going to be these instead. So come over to you guys. Need to name them. Let's come over here. Yep. Yeah, you're all full up now. Amazing. I think what we might need to do as well is add in time passed. We'll change this to 5 seconds. The reason I want to add that condition in is because it might get here and be like, oh, this is already 0, let's go, and not unload this damn thing. So I kind of want to prevent that from happening. Did I never? Oh, come on. Thought I named it. What an idiot. Let's rename this. Thank you. Let's get you modules. So empty cargo or circuit condition or time passed. But the reason for this is because if we look at some of the module recipes, let's say look at this one, uses polished ruby, that one uses polished ruby. We can see we're using quite a lot of polished rubies for some of these. Yeah. So it doesn't make sense for it to just wait until it's empty, because it might be like, well, I've got loads of diamonds and I'm not using them yet, you know? So, yeah. You're going to have to just bring them all in and then process it from that. I'm going to just copy this one too. Obviously, we're going to remove all of those. We'll add in 6. And this is going to be our gemstones. Yep, that is 6. Cool. We're going to do the same thing? Of course we are. See if we put the right one in. Shame I can't like hold down a key and so I can select multiple ones at the same time. Let's come over here somewhere. Yes, this one. Hello. Modules. This is going to be empty. All. Second condition. This is going to be green equal to 1. 5 seconds. I mean, this one should run out anyway, that's fine. Yeah. Perfect. So we have all the ingredients of the mull now to start, at the very least, going on to modules 3. Nice. Pretty pleased with that setup. Okay. I'll quickly copy you to here. I don't know why I did that. I didn't need to. I could have just done this over here. This is going to be it's going to be fluid. It's going to be this one over here, yes. Yep, ferric chloride solution, that was it. This one is going to be boards. I think we need both kinds of boards, so we need yeah, so we need fiberglass and we need phenolic. And just looking at all the rest of the modules, if we come back here now, you can see like when we need phenolic boards, so yeah, so phenolic and fiberglass. Then obviously these require the different module processor boards and logic boards, so that's fine. The only other ingredient that we may need for this is gonna be, which one? This one. So alien plant life samples. So I might add that train station here too. Copy, paste. And then come over here for the plant life samples. It's not here. It's this. It's there. Perfect. But yeah, we'll have all of the materials required now to have them in. I think we have everything, including solder, which is fine. We've got solder. I have thought of another one that we do need. I'm just going to copy this. Paste that here. This is platinum wire. So there's no other reason for platinum wire other than modules and circuit boards. If I put you there. So we'll come over here now, look at platinum wire. These are the two recipes. So yeah, makes sense to bring it there. Right, we're getting to modules. We're not far from it. Promise we will do them. It's a promise to myself as well. We'll also build in the beacons, because I've not actually set aside an area to build beacons actually. So I'm probably going to remove these perhaps, because when we were desperate for power, we just built these. But yeah, maybe I'll put beacons around here perhaps. We'll figure it out anyway. But no, I think this is where we're going to end our episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a long one, as the last few have been. But I think we're making really good progress of where we're at. And yeah, there's a few things we need to fix, mainly fluorite, because obviously we don't have enough right now, which is not ideal. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. You guys take care.